Good morning. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning from my cozy little shed, my cozy cabin. This is my morning face. And these are my pajamas. I'm Laura Lloyd, food psychology coach, and um, I wanted to answer Nancy's question, which was, how do I figure out what I'm trying to give myself with food? Nancy, what a brilliant question. This is such a quality question for you to be asking your own brain. How do I figure out what to give myself, what I'm trying to give myself with food? We can all ask ourselves that question and find some juicy answers, I think. So, firstly, Nancy, I just want to congratulate you on putting your brain to work on something that's really useful to solve. Hmm. It's interesting question to me, Nancy, because I think when I think about myself and emotionally and what I try to give myself with food, um, I would look to both the positive and the not the negative emotion, but the uncomfortable emotion that food might give you relief from. The positive emotion where you're seeking something, reward and um, congratulation and celebration and comfort, um, and energy. Um, some of these are excuses and justifications for what I try and give myself with food, but some of them are also like genuine emotional needs of mine. I don't know about you, Nancy, but I work. I feel like I push myself quite hard at work. Um, and so, um, yeah. Okay, Nancy, you work at a university. I imagine that um, people are demanding, people want things done quickly. Um, I imagine that um, people aren't always polite. I imagine that um, people may want things out of hours, and sometimes you work late. Um, so in those situations, I always think I'm trying to prop myself up with some food. So I would look at those, like one way to look at it is to like map out. And have you seen my free roadmap tool? I'll pop a link to it in the bottom of here. One way is to look at like when is the eating occurring in the day and to correlate it. Like, is it always at the end of the day? In which case, I'm always thinking like, what am I left feeling or trying to feel or trying to shrug off at that point? Um, Sometimes at the end of the day, I'm having a lot of feelings of um, tiredness, but I'm also having feelings of, oh my gosh, did I do what I wanted to do? Like the time is run out. And I'm also having feelings of, mm, you know, disappointment and disgruntlement sometimes with how things went. Um, but I also know I gave it beans, and I'm also trying to kind of say to myself, well done. So everything that we do, every single thing that we do, every action that we take in our life is to try and feel or not feel something. When you really tune into this, I mean, and it really is like the trick of awareness, Nancy, but there isn't like another another way. Like I can't shine my searchlight onto your life. Only you can. So And you are doing it already by asking yourself the questions and being open to the answers that come. Um, yeah. So in that way, I would say, like, keep shining that mindfulness on it and until you find it. So that's one way. Look for the positive emotions, but also look at the negative. Look for the trigger points and the times of day and see if they correlate. And then the other piece of advice I would have is don't try and figure it out in your head. Try and figure it out on paper, in a notebook. When you take notes, sometimes the writing reflects back to you things that you knew but were mm, they were kind of, you were in your fishbowl and you couldn't see it until you externalize it, and trying to get some of that objective distance from our thoughts, which, cognitive behavioral therapy is all about. It's so, so, so helpful. And there's no better way to do that than on a piece of paper. We can't think about our thinking very well. It's much better to write about our thinking and read it back to ourselves. And having said that, I'm going to take my own advice and grab a piece of paper. And, it really doesn't have to be a big Dear Diary experience. It's notes. Sometimes it's bullet points. Sometimes it's mind maps. Sometimes it's lists. Sometimes it's phrases, sentences, things in circles. But one way or another, find a pencil, find a piece of paper, and make it happen for yourself. Maybe multiple times a day. Checking in, just checking in. What's in here? All right. Good. Nancy, I hope that's been helpful. I love your question, and I hope you share with us what you discover.